Hi, it's Claudia from Create with Claudia, and today we're working on clue number 9 of the So Sweet Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt, so stick around. I'm getting ready to put together clue number 9 of the Cotton Cuts So Sweet Mystery Quilt. I cannot believe it. We have one more clue after this to go. It's been a long 10 months and I'm really excited to put the whole quilt together, but we still have one more month to go before we do that. Just a reminder, this is the Cotton Cuts So Sweet Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I am doing the churro version, the small version of the churro colorway. I also have the clue for the large one, so if you have any questions, drop me a line in the comments. So let's get started and do some sewing. All right, here's everything I need for clue number 9 of the churro version of the So Sweet Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt. Just cannot believe we only have one more to go after this. I still have managed to hang on to this. I've been pretty good. I put everything in an envelope so I wouldn't lose anything. This is my color chart, which tells me all the different fabrics, although I will say, honestly, by now I've memorized most of them. I printed out my pattern. I'm doing the small version, and I'm not sure. I also have access to the large one. Just in case you have any questions, you can go ahead and drop those in my comment section, but we're doing this, and it looks like this month we do one section and we do 4 of them. So it should be fairly easy, a lot of half square triangles, and here's all of my fabrics. Open those up. I've had no problem so far getting all of the fabrics I needed, and it looks like everything is in here. And I am going to go ahead, flip this over, and start sewing. The first thing, well, let me put these aside first. Let me move things out of the way a little bit so it's easier for you to see. So the first thing in section 9 is section 9 part 1, and we need 12 of the fabric C triangles, excuse me, and 12 of the fabric A triangles. In my case, I'm going to give you this warning one more time. Pretty much every single month I have made the mistake of sewing it to the wrong side. It's a really, really pale fabric. It's beautiful. It has books on it, but for some reason I'm not paying attention. I'm not sure why, but just you're going to place these right sides together and sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance right down that edge, and you're going to do that 12 times. So we're going to have 12 half square triangles of fabric A and fabric C. All right, here are my 12 half square triangles with A and C. I forgot to mention, per the directions, you're going to press towards fabric A, which is the light, in my case, the lighter fabric. So press towards fabric A. So step number 2 in section number 9 is to add to 8 of these half square triangles 1 square of fabric C. So that is these guys. I love this fabric C so much. And it's going to look, I'm going to move these out of the way. It is going to look like this, where fabric A is next to fabric C. And I'm going to sew that, and we're going to, again, do that 8 times, and I'm going to press towards fabric C. Alrighty, so here are these sections. They're all done. And now we're going to take 2 of these and pair them up. We're going to rotate one around. Looks like that, like a little butterfly almost. And we're going to do that 4 times. So we're going to do that with all of these units. I highly recommend, I don't always pin, but I would definitely pin here at this seam. I think that would make a big difference. These fabrics tend to be a little slippery because they're brand new and they haven't been washed or anything. So anyway, I would pin at that seam just to make sure you get that nice sharp seam. And you're going to, again, sew 1/4 inch seam allowance, and you're going to do that 4 times. Alrighty, so here we go. There's one. I pressed down towards the bottom, and I did this 4 times, and I'm going to set those aside. And now we're going to do some more half square triangles. Move them over here. This time we're pairing up my fabric C, which in my case is this one, with fabric F triangles. And these are small triangles. And you're going to do this 4 times, same as we did before, just making half square triangles. 4 of them with C and fabric F. And we're going to press towards fabric F. Alrighty, so here are these half square triangles all pressed. And now I'm going to pull back those remaining 4 that I didn't use earlier, that we made a little bit earlier. And now we're going to pair those up. Now we're on step 5 of section 9. So I'm going to move these out of the way so we don't get confused. So you're going to lay one like this. And the other one, let me just make sure, look at my diagram. The diagrams are so helpful. This is how we're going to do it. So you have fabric F, C, A, and C, and then you're going to press towards this, square, the half square triangle. And I'm going to do that 4 times. All right, so here they are. We are done with that one. Let me flip that around so it's the right way. And then we're going to bring back those, what I call butterfly units. They aren't butterflies, but they kind of look like it. And then we're going to add this together like this. Make sure you're watching your placement. You want the 2 A's pointing that way, and then this one pointing that way on top. And you're going to add this to that one. Now this is going to be a fun little joint here, seam here, because you have a bunch of points coming together. So I definitely will fold back, and I will 100% pin here, or clip if you like to clip, but I'm a pinner. If I pin at all, it's hard to say. If you're using that 1/4 inch seam allowance, it shouldn't be a problem, although those seams, when a lot come together in one joint, sometimes it's hard to get them nice and sharp. But you're going to do this 4 times. You're going to make 4 of these units and just sew across there. My tip, again, well, it doesn't matter which side on this one, because you're going to have that cross section here. Maybe you can see it better over here. Let's see. See where the 2 seams, the 2 stitches cross over? Use that as your marker, because that'll help you get a nice sharp point. Just sort of sew right on or right outside of or above that where those 2 seams join. Alrighty, here we go. This is what they look like. There's all 4 of them. We are ready. I'm going to set these aside now, and we're going to start on the next step of section 9. And in this case, I need those remaining 4 fabric C squares and those fabric A triangles. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew, first off, we are going to sew a fabric A triangle to the left of a fabric C square. And once we're done with that side, we're going to add this one to the top. So it's going to look like that. But first, you're going to add this one to the A triangle to C square, and you're going to press towards A, and after you press, then add that other triangle up top and press towards A again. Alrighty, so here's what one of those looks like, and I made 4 of them all together. And now we're going to get finally that fabric E triangle. This is a larger triangle, and we are going to add that so it looks like this. We're going to add it to that side. I highly recommend a couple of things. Pinning, number 1, and you can use these great cuts. I love using those. It's so helpful the way these are cut. And I would just pin right there, sort of right in front of there in the center. And you can see with that 1/4 inch seam allowance how well these pieces fit together. No fuss, no muss. And you're going to do that 4 times. Alrighty, so here are these 4 units. They look like this, and we are down to our last step for clue number 9. We're going to pull back those longer sections we made, and I'm going to move those out of the way. We're going to put them together like so. All right, let me make sure. I always like to check my diagram when I'm putting the pieces together. Yep, AA. Yep, you're going to have your A. So it's going to look like that little zigzaggy pattern almost. It's hard. These fabrics are a little bit similar, so they get a little, you don't see the distinction between them so much, but that's no big deal. You are going to pin here. You definitely want to pin here, and when you're done, once you've sewn down the seam, you're going to press towards this unit here, and then we will be done with section 9. Alrighty, here they are. Here are my section 9, section 9 parts. There are 4 of them, and that's what we're making this month. Hopefully you can see them all. And they all look good. I'm happy with the way they turned out. I'm going to set these aside. I will label them. I've been labeling them, which is a big help because next month we put it all together, which is really exciting. It's been a long time, 10 months. It doesn't seem that long, but then when you're doing it, you get excited to see the next step. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you'll never miss one of my videos, and you know how to put it all together next month. I appreciate you watching with me. This has been really fun so far. I am doing the next one. It's called Piazza, and I think we're on clue number 3 there, if I'm not mistaken. But this is so sweet, and we are almost done. 1 more month to go. So I will see you next month. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a great day.